ओम पूर्णा पश्चाद उत पूर्णा पुरस्तादुन्मध्यतः पौर्णमासी जिगायः तस्याम देवैः संवसन्तो महित्वा नाकस्य पृष्ठे समिषामदेम. In today's swadaya we will understand the Purnamasi mantras which I have already explained. Probably you would have forgotten. My Acharya always says that never pass even one day without swadaya. Swadaya means doing Manan Chintan of Veda mantras, reading the books written by Rishi Muni Tapasvis, Moksha Shastras. Reading Moksha Shastras is also Swadhyaya, and Swadhyaya also means doing name japa of Paramatma. So never pass even one day without these activities, because in your mind the presence of Paramatma, the realization of Paramatma, his existence will always be fresh when you do everyday Swadhyaya. Even when we miss for one day, we can see a difference in our focus, in our vairagya, in our effort towards realizing Almighty God. So we must not pass even one day without Swadhyaya. So in this mantra, this is a special mantra which are to be chanted during Purnamasi, during the day of Purnima, and then put ahutis in the burning fire in the Homakunda. And also God says, especially during the time of Purnima and Amavasya, once every 15 days, try to take opportunity to visit an Acharya and have his darshans. Very, very special days, Purnima and Amavasya. So God says, God's name in this mantra is beautifully revealed as Purnamasi. God's name is Purnamasi. We must worship the Paramatma, not the moon. Purnima does not mean that, okay, we must worship the moon. No. Similarly, Makara Sankranti, people in South India especially, I don't know about North India, I'm coming from Tamil Nadu. In South India, people worship the sun in the sky. Worshipping the sun in the sky, worshipping the moon in the sky, worshipping this earth, water, air, etc. is against Vedas. We must worship the creator, not the creation. In fact, Purnamasi means Sampurna Parichedaya Padartha Dara Shakti Parameshwara. Purnamasi is the name of Parameshwara, Almighty God. Whatever objects which are created in this universe, smallest of the smallest quanta particles, which has a shape, which has a form, which is Ekdeshi, whatever is created, Sampurna Parichedya Padartha Dara. The Dharan Shakti is Paramatma. That is that Shakti which is holding this universe, holding the quanta particles. That Shakti is Paramatma. That's why his name is Purnamasi. It's in Striling. Purnamasi, Amavasya in Striling. But God is neither Stri nor Purush. That means nor male. He is Purusha. Purusha means Chetan Tattva. So the mantra says, Paschad Purna, Purastad Purna, Uta Madhyatah Purna. During the start of the universe, during the middle of the universe, during the end of the universe. All the times he is Paripurna. He does not have any shortcomings. When the universe does not exist, God has more power. When the universe exists, God has got less power to run the universe. There is nothing like that. He is Paripurna. His knowledge, his power, his omniscience is Paripurna in all aspects, and we cannot cheat Paramatma. We cannot say that, okay, now nobody is watching, I can do any karma. God will not know. No. God is some Paripurna in all the aspects. He knows everything. Whatever acts we are doing, he knows it. That's why he is Purna in this mantra. Not in this mantra, his quality is Purna. Purna Madaha Purna Midam. I made one video some years back to explain this beautiful shloka, where the Rishi says the knowledge of the Vedas emanates from Paramatma does not mean that the knowledge of the Vedas has gone down from Paramatma and reached this universe. He is Paripurna. Like when a teacher teaches 8 plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. When the teacher teaches to the student, the knowledge exists with the teacher also, and it reaches to the student also. So similarly, when God gives his knowledge, God is also Paripurna with this knowledge, and the Rishis also will get the same knowledge from Paramatma. So that is why his name is Purna, Purnamasi and Purna. And also how is he? He is Uta Jigaya. He is Jigaya means Sarvota Krishta. Tatra Niratishayam Sarvatra Bijnyam. I made one video around 2 weeks back on this sutra. Please go through that video. Sarvajnya Bijam, not Sarvatra, sorry. Tatra Niratishayam Sarvajnya Bijam. His Sarvajnyata ka Bij Paramatma hai. He knows everything. His knowledge is such that his knowledge will never reduce. He has the ultimate knowledge, maximum knowledge of everything possible. And what are the things? Jivatma, Paramatma, Prakriti. He knows what are the possibilities of Jivatma, what is the capabilities of Jivatma, what is the capacity of each and every Jivatma, and what is the capacity of Prakriti, this universe. Sarvotkrishtha Jnana. That's why Uta Jigaya, Sarvasresht and Sabse Utkrishtha Paramatma. Why God is mentioning these qualities? So that we become humble and submissive in front of Paramatma. We should not think that I have more knowledge. Like, Bharatri Maharishi, Bharatri Hari, when he goes to jungle, he used to think that I have the most knowledge. When he saw a Rishi, then he will understand that he does not have any knowledge. The Rishi is sitting in the jungle and he is doing tapasya. When he speaks to that Rishi, he understands that, oh God, I don't have any knowledge. What a knowledgeable person this Rishi is. And God is Rishiyon ka Rishi, Vidwanon ka Vidwan. God is Sarvottakrishta, Jigaya, Sabse Utkrishta, Paramatma. The mantra says, Tasyam Devaihi Mahitva Samvasantaha. Devaihi, Uttam Gun, Uttam Divya Shakti wala. Devaihi and Mahitva, Mahapujayam, Puja ke Yogya Paramatma. We must always do stuti of this Paramatma who is creating this universe and who is described as Purnamasi in this mantra. Tasyam, us Paramatma Shakti, Purnamasi, which is holding this universe, which is holding our body, which is holding everything what we see and what we do not see in this universe. We must chant his names, we must do stuti of that Paramatma, Samvasantaha, and we must try to reside in him. We are already residing inside him, but we do not reside him in Bhavanastar. We do not have that Bhavana with us. We have our different Bhavana. I was listening to one Acharya from Arya Samaj, he is no more now, Acharya Gyaneshwar. He used to say one statement. Even if you are a Vedic follower, other than morning and evening Sandhya, which is like, let's say, half an hour, 45 minutes, other than those two times, you are atheist most of the times. You forget Almighty God. You do pap karmas. So that's what God also says, Samvasantaha. You must start to reside with Paramatma. Understand that Paramatma is watching you. Do the dharmic karma only. Don't do any adharma. Then what happens when we start realizing that Paramatma is watching me, I will walk the path of Vairagya and Viveka and to attain Moksha. Then God says in this mantra, Nakasya Prishte. Nakasya Prishte means Sabse Uttam Anand, Mokshka Anand. God awards Mokshka Anand, not just like that, with Isha. The mantra has got the Samisha Madema, Isha Sammadema. With Isha, Ishetvar Jetva, you remember the Yajurveda first mantra. Isha means Purusharat. Just by having consciousness that God is watching me is not enough. You must do Purusharat. You must do hard work towards achieving that Paramatma. Isha, Sammadema. Then Madema means Uttam Anandas. Yatavat Anand ko bhogte. Means the Jivatma which is having this kind of focus towards Paramatma will attain Moksha for sure. Paramatma is giving guarantee in this mantra. Such a beautiful mantra. I will try to paste this mantra in my WhatsApp channel. There are 4 mantras for Purnamasi. This is the first mantra, very, very important mantra. All the 4 mantras are important. All the Ved mantras are important. But please take time to do Manan Chintan of these mantras again and again. See, I have been doing Purnamasi Ahutis for so many years and listening the meaning of Purnamasi mantras from my Acharya also so many years. But again and again I do swadaya so that, because I am also a sinner, every day I do so many sins. And whenever in the morning I wake up, I try to pray to Paramatma that give me the power to control my sinful tendencies. I am a Jivatma and my mind is forcing me to do some sins. Kam Krodh Madh Lobh Ahankar. Please give me power so that I do not do any sins, Paramatma. So every day we must pray to Paramatma and try to control our mind and senses. When we control the mind and senses, then Paramatma says, Isha, by Purusharat, Nakasya Prishta, you will attain Moksha. Naka yena nakaha. Naka means moksha. Nakasya prishte means sabse ucha star. That is the most highest samadhi, dharam nirbij avastha, asampragyata avastha. That avastha we will attain, and then after the death of our body we will enter moksha. So this mantra please remember, and the next mantra is another beautiful mantra which is also the Purnamasi mantra. Again remember, Purnamasi does not mean the moon in the sky. Yes, when we have full moon we call it as Purnima, but Purnamasi means Paramatma. Full moon is not worshipable. Paramatma is worshipable. Vrishabam, the next mantra is Vrishabam Vajinam Vayam Purnamasam Yajamahe Sano Dadat Vakshitam Raim Anupadaswatim. Akshitam Raim. Akshita means indestructible, done. Rai means done, wealth, property, etc. etc. Wealth. Indestructible wealth is awarded by Paramatma. What is indestructible wealth? Is immortality. You see the focus of Paramatma. Paramatma his focus is always to award us moksha. His focus is always to guide us towards dharmic path. But we lack focus because we are only having focus on Paramatma morning and evening. Throughout the day, we are engaged in our daily activities so much that we forget that Paramatma is watching us. We start telling lies in business. We start telling, being rude towards our, when you are working towards your colleagues, when you are in business towards your other people, when you are in house, you start becoming rude with the other people in the family. Start doing kam, krodh, madh, lobh, ahankar, forgetting that Paramatma. So you become atheist. We are only 1 hour, 2 hour theist. 22 hours we are atheist. We should not be like that. Because God is giving the highest reward. When we want the highest reward, we must be capable for that, eligible for that. So the mantra says, Vayam Vrishabam Vajinam. That Vayam means hum log. What we must do? God says. What you must do? Pray like this. You must do Vrishabam Vajinam. Vrishabam Sarva Sresht Paramatma. Vajinam Sarva Balwan. Sabse Balwan. Maha Balwan. Vrishabam Vajinam Vayam Purnamasam. Who is that Mahabalwan? That is Purnamasam. That is Paramatma. That Paramatma which is holding the entire universe. Each and every objects in this universe you see, you go through a videos. Any video you take in YouTube, that size of atom or something, there will be some animation. So that electron is going around the nucleus, etc. Even that electron is able to go around the nucleus because of the Purnamasi, because of the power of Paramatma. And he is such a Mahabalwan, he is able to even control the movement of electrons and nucleus and atoms and whatnot. Whatnot, we do not know. Prakriti level, modern science has not gone. We are restricted to only until quanta. Quanta particles is like Mahabhuta only, not even the Sukshma Bhut. Mahabhut is quanta particles. Behind Mahabhut is Sukshma Bhut. Behind Sukshma Bhut is Ahankar Tattva. Behind Ahankar Tattva is Mahat Tattva. Behind Mahat Tattva is Prakriti. God controls the Prakriti, Rajitam Sattva. So that power which controls the Sattva Gun, Rajagun, Tamagun is Paramatma Purnamasi. So Vayam Vrishabam Vajinam Purnamasam. We must all, hum log, Vayam, we must all worship this Paramatma who is Purnamasi, who is Mahabalwan, Vajinam, and who is Vrishabam, Sarva Sresht Paramatma. We must worship by what? Yajamahe, Vayam Yajamahe. We must worship by Yajna. We must worship by Agnihotra. And when we worship Paramatma by Agnihotra, please remember my yesterday mantra. If you have not seen my yesterday Agnihotra, please see it. We must worship by utmost respect, because what you get as a result of worship of Paramatma is Sarvota Krishta Moksha. So you must give so much of focus to Paramatma, not you, all of us, including me. This is a talk only. I'm talking in front of camera for myself, not for you, for myself. Whenever I make a video, I make it for myself, so that I also get benefited from the knowledge what I learn. When I start making videos, I get revision. And this is swadaya. So, yajamahe, we must do yaj. Yaj is going to Acharya, serving Acharya is yajna, serving our parents is yajna. Today we don't care about our parents, we care about our children. We care about how do I spend more time with my wife, how do I spend more time with my husband, but no care for in-laws, no care for mother, father, no care for Acharya. This is not yajna. Yajna means we must become paropakari. We must start doing worshipping. Worshipping of Almighty God is paropakari. When you start caring for others, then you are worshipping Paramatma. When you start serving Acharya, you are worshipping Paramatma. Please understand that. Saha nah akshitam anupadasvatim raim dadatu. Anupadasvatim also means that which does not get reduced. Bina gatne wali. Gatta but gatta nahi hai. That means it does not reduce. What Paramatma will give you will not reduce. The moksha anand is stable. From the time a yogi attains moksha until the end of his moksha time, the bliss is equal. Bina gatta nahi hai. It does not reduce. That's the wonder of Paramatma. So what we must do, saha naha, when we do yajna, that Paramatma akshitam anupadasvatim raim dadatu. He will give us akshitam. Akshitam indestructible. Anupadasvatim not reducible. Raim means dhan. Dhan does not only mean materialistic dhan. Materialistic dhan also he will give us. But the most important concept is moksha, which I spoke in the Nakasya Prishta in the previous mantra. This is the depth of this mantra. See, मनुष्य सर्वशक्तिमान परमेश्वर की उपासना करके पुरुषार्थ के साथ ऐश्वर्यवान हो गए. पुरुषार्थ करना, mere doing yajna is not enough. Mere doing worship is not enough. We must do purusharth. We must become hard worker. We must become humble. We must become straightforward. We must talk the truth. We must not cheat others. All these things, sankalp, we must take. This is the second mantra. I will also paste this mantra in my WhatsApp channel. See, the next mantra is already explained many times, but again it is worth to revise. Prajapate na tvedeta nyanyo vishwa rupani paribur jajana yadkamaste juhu mastanno astuvayam syama patayo rainam. Ultimate mantra, Prajapate. He is the Prajapati. He is the Malik of all of us. Prajapate Parameshwar. Prajapate Purnamasi. He is the one who is holding the universe. Prajapate Tvat Anya Na Paribuhu. Nobody else is omnipresent like you. You are omnipresent. See, from the human point of view, we see the Prakriti is omnipresent. Wherever you go, the world exists. Wherever you go, Rajagun, Tamagun, Sattvagun exist. But it is not omnipresent. It is omnipresent from our perspective. The universe is big, 13 billion, 14 billion years big. But from Paramatma perspective, it is a dot in Paramatma. This 14 billion years is a dot. So Paramatma is really Paribu. He is the one who is omnipresent. We must worship that Paramatma, not the Jad Prakriti, not the sun, moon in the sky. So, Hey Paramatma, Tyat Anyah Paribuhu Etani Vishwa Rupani. So, nobody else is as omnipresent as you. And Vishwa Rupani, whatever roop form this universe, whatever objects in this universe, including the quanta particles up to the biggest galaxies which has the roop, you are holding it. That's why you are called as Purnamasi. Vishwa Rupani Jajana. You are the one who creates it. Na Jajana means no one else creates it. We say that today we worship Sri Krishna as Paramatma. We worship Sri Ram as Paramatma. They are created in this universe. They did not create this universe. They took birth in this universe. A person taking birth in this universe cannot become Almighty God. He is not Almighty God. Because here the mantra says, Na Jajana, other than you, Anya, other than you, nobody else is creating this universe. You are the one who is praised in this Veda mantra, is creating this universe. See, this is all Upama Alankar. It is God is speaking as a third person so that we understand better. Also, God can say, I am the one who creates this universe. This is also okay. But God always speaks as a third person in most of the mantras so that the understanding becomes better. So that Paramatma ke alawa, and other than that Paramatma, nobody else creates this universe. Other than this Paramatma, nobody else is omnipresent. Sri Krishna is not omnipresent. My Acharya used to tell that Sri Krishna Maharaj is in Dwaraka or is in Hastinapur. He does not know the karma of an insect or a mosquito which is in the football ground in Brazil. There is a mosquito in the football ground in Brazil. Sri Krishna does not know the karma of that mosquito. Sri Krishna does not know the karma of other animals in Brazil, in Amazon forest, etc. Sri Krishna is not Paramatma, he is Jivatma. So no yogi will know everything, but Paramatma knows what is the karma of that mosquito also. Such is the pari. That is why it's called as Paribhu. All is Saparigat. Pari means he is omnipresent. He knows everything. He is present everywhere. So other than you, Paramatma, nobody else creates this universe. So we must be humble towards this Paramatma, not to anybody else. We must be humble to everyone, but we must not worship anybody else as Paramatma. And then mantra says, Yat kamaha te juhumaha tat nah astu rainam patayha sama. So God says, when you start worshipping me, whatever is your shubh kamana. Kamana means our pious desires. I want wealth, I want property, I want good partner, I want to have a peaceful life, I want to attain moksha, I want to attain vairagya, I should not do sinful activities. All these things are pious kamanas. I should serve my acharya, I should get an acharya. These pious kamanas, God says, when you do yajamahe, when you do yaj, when you do prarthana, upasana, stuti towards me, naha astu, I will make sure that kamana, pious desires are concluded and given to you. And also God says, Rainam patayah, you will also become dan ka malik. Rai means dan. Not that property, not that money which will give you klesh, which will put you in klesh. Rai is that money and that wealth which is derived out of the Ashirvad of Paramatma. So it will not give you klesh, it will not put you in trouble, it will not destroy your peace of mind, it will add your peace to your peace. So, and Pati means you will become the owner of that wealth, and the real ownership, the real wealth for which we can become our own, the owner is our moksha. So God will award moksha also. Again, this is another mantra. And the video is quite large now, but anyway, the fourth mantra, very very important. I want to make one consolidated video for all the four mantras. Fourth mantra is, again I will paste in my WhatsApp channel, Purnamasi Pratama Yajnya Si Dahanam Ratrinam Ati Sharvareshu Etvam Yajnair Yajnye Ardayantayami Tenake Sukritah Pravishtaha. Ultimate mantra. See, God says Purnamasi is Paramatma, as I explained in my previous mantras. Purnamasi Pratama Yajniyaha. The first thing you must do is to worship this Purnamasi. Every day, either it is Ahanam, either it is daytime or it is night time. Some people work in the night shift, come home late at 9 o'clock from the work, or some people work in the night shift and come home at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. God says it's okay, do my worship first, do the Agnihotra and do my worship first. Pratama Yajniya, first to worship. Either suppose you are living in a rented house, you are unable to open the balcony or go out and do Agnihotra, then do Agnihotra inside your mind and pray that Paramatma and then go to sleep. Pratama Yajnya, first thing you must do is Yajnya. Yajnya means connecting with Paramatma through Agnihotra and Name-jap. So Purnamasi Ahanam Ratrinam Ati Sharvareshu, Atyant Ratri, even if it is midnight also, first worship Paramatma and then do the other activities. Without worshipping, don't do any other activities, God says in this mantra. And then Yajnye Ye Tvam Yajnaihi Ardayanti. Yajnihe, he Pujan Yoga Shakti, he Puja ke Yogya Paramatma, one who is adorable, worshipable. Ye tvam yajnaihi ardayante. Whoever worships that Paramatma by yajna, and ardayanti means doing worship. Whoever will worship that Paramatma by yajna, God says, Ami sukritah nake pravishtaha. Ami means yes. Whoever worships, all those people, sukritah, they are shubh karm karne wala. They are all sukarmi log. They do nishkam shubh karma and they will enter pravisht, nake pravishta. Nake means moksha. They will enter 100%. They will enter moksha. God is giving guarantee for moksha here in this mantra. In the first mantra also God gives guarantee, but one condition is we must become purusharthi. We must not do 420 activities with Paramatma. If we do 420 activities with Paramatma, then Paramatma will become Rudra in our life. He will severely punish us. He will severely torture us. We must try to become humble. We must try to become dharmic. Then God gives the guarantee of Sukritaha Nake Pravishta. 100% you will attain moksha. Guarantee by Paramatma. But please understand by what? By yajna. Yajna means worship of Paramatma. Yajna by sreshtatamam karmana. This yajna, what Paramatma is speaking about, is the puja of Paramatma. Not only just putting ahutis in burning fire. Puja of Paramatma is adopting the words of Paramatma in the life, adopting the Vedas in the life. Then God says, when you adopt me, I give you moksha. My Acharya tells 10 years back when he was telling in one, he was writing a bhajan, he told that I attained moksha because of yajna. Yajna means everything, completely adopting the worship of Paramatma as per Vedas. Yam niyam asan pranayam pratyar dharana dhyana samadhi. Everything is included in yajna. So this is the puja of Paramatma. When we do puja of Paramatma, then God is giving guarantee of moksha. So this is a very lengthy video. I hope you would have seen until now. But if you have seen until this time, then it's good. Otherwise, try to see in 2 parts at least and make note of these important mantras. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.